Setting the course, a market adrift. Welcome aboard, shipmates. Today, we'll navigate deep waters as we chart a course through the mysterious doldrums of the modern boat market, a place where vessels once hot with demand now languish in marina slips, longing for new captains. For years, boating enthusiasts fueled a brisk and booming trade, but in this new age, even pristine crafts gather dust. What's caused this stall in the wind? In this voyage, we'll sound the depths of economic tides, shifting buyer sentiment, changing regulations, and the ever-present headwinds of maintenance costs. So gather round. You're about to receive a detailed captain's log on why boats, from spry dinghies to steadfast yachts, are sitting longer than ever before. Let's cast off and find clarity beneath the calm. Windfall to stalemate, the pandemic boom and its backlash. Cast your minds back to the height of the global pandemic. Marinas and dealers alike couldn't keep boats in stock. With overseas travel restricted and folks yearning for open horizons, demand skyrocketed. Manufacturers raced to meet it while prices surged, drawing both seasoned sailors and greenhorn buyers. But as soon as restrictions lifted and the world opened up, winds shifted mightily. Many first-time owners realized the true cost and complexity of boat ownership, and a wave of pandemic boats hit the resale market. Suddenly, buyers vanished as quickly as they appeared, leaving a glut of listings and a market in stalemate, a boom drowned by its own tidal surge. Sticker shock on the high seas, soaring costs stall buyers. Let's talk about cost, always a stiff breeze to sail against. Boats aren't just a purchase, they're a commitment to ongoing expenses as relentless as the tides themselves. Fuel prices have surged along with general maintenance, slip fees, insurance, and the cost of spare parts. For many would-be buyers, these figures loom large, making the dream of ownership slip over the horizon. Even bargain hunters seeking older vessels find repairs daunting, with labor shortages and inflation driving marina service bills ever higher. These churning financial waters have kept many at anchor, reluctant to set sail into ownership. Financing foul weather, interest rates and sparse lending. As any captain knows, tides are influenced by outside forces, and recent years have brought storms on the financial front. Interest rates have climbed steadily, making boat loans pricier. Lenders, cautious after the rash of quick pandemic sales, now demand larger down payments, higher credit standards, and offer stiffer terms. For many buyers, particularly those stepping up to larger or newer models, these financial headwinds have become insurmountable. This tightening in marine credit has caused listings to linger, as buyers are less able or willing to anchor down the funds. Docked by demographics, the aging boater challenge. Peering further, we see the steady march of time shaping the market below decks. The average age of boat owners has crept upward year after year, with younger generations less inclined to take the helm. Whether it's shifting leisure habits, the allure of less costly recreation, or concerns about climate impact, millennials and Gen Z are tepid about investing in boats. As older owners seek to downsize or leave the lifestyle, there simply aren't enough greenhorns climbing aboard to keep the turnover flowing. The result: more boats for sale than buyers ready to set sail. Regulations, navigating choppy waters. Regulatory changes are like shifting shoals, often unseen until you run aground. Across North America and Europe, new emission standards, marina restrictions, and zoning changes have introduced heavy weather for the unwary. In some areas, updated environmental laws have stranded older boats in place, while new fees and inspections have sapped enthusiasm among owners. Even importing or exporting used vessels has become harder in recent years, leaving some high-quality boats stuck in distant harbors, unable to find a ready buyer. The online compass, how listings have changed the search. Gone are the days of deals struck over the marina fence. Today's buyers and sellers navigate vast digital waters, with more listings than ever before crowding online platforms. While these networks ought to quicken the pace, they've also made it easy to overlook solid opportunities, while endless browsing fosters indecision. More boats are sitting, not because there are no buyers, but because buyers are overwhelmed by choice, cautious to make a move, or misled by unrealistic online pricing and pristine photo galleries that conceal hidden rust below deck. Two worlds, the chasm between new and used. The boat market today has a divide as sharp as a rocky coastal inlet, new Vs used. Dealers still report a trickle of interest in new boats, driven by those undaunted by top-dollar price tags and eager for the latest technology and warranties. But on the used side, overstock and desperation have set in. Some sellers cling to pandemic-inflated asking prices, but buyers know the market's cooled and low-ball offers prevail. With expectations adrift, negotiations stall and boats linger unsold, sometimes for years. The result? An ever-growing fleet of dock-locked listings. Seller's quandary, holding out or cutting loose. For those trying to sell, today's market can feel like a fog-bound crossing. Should they hold out in hopes of recapturing boom-era prices, or accept a lower offer to move on? Many opt to wait, particularly if they're not in financial distress, letting boats idle season after season. Some hold back higher value or specialty vessels from the market entirely, waiting for a blue-sky turnaround that may be far off. This sentiment creates a self-perpetuating cycle, where the oversupply grows and consumer confidence drifts further out to sea. Buoys of hope, innovation and the way forward. Yet the story need not end in stagnant waters. Industry innovators are charting new courses, subscription services, fractional ownership, electric propulsion, and simplified financing models beckon new blood into the fold. Forward-looking marinas and manufacturers are striving to make boating more accessible, affordable, and eco-friendly. Improved transparency in online sales and better buyer education promise to steer the market out of today's doldrums. The journey may be slow, but as any sailor will tell you, calms don't last forever. Slowly, the market may yet regain its wind, and one-sidle boats will venture out to sea once again. Hidden currents, the human side of letting go. Before we chart a course for open waters in our final logbook entry, let's drop anchor and consider a current often overlooked, a deeply personal one. For many, selling a boat isn't just a business transaction. It's the end of a grand voyage, sometimes decades in the making. These vessels have carried families across generations, weathered storms, and served as quiet sanctuaries from the noise of life ashore. Now, as owners face shifting tides in the marketplace, emotional ties can create hidden headwinds. Some hold fast, reluctant to part ways unless the price feels like a fitting send-off, a goodbye worthy of all those memories afloat. Others hesitate, torn between logic and attachment, leaving their boats lingering on listings long after the sales should be stored below. This emotional ballast slows the turnover, clogging the channel for new adventurers eager to cast off. Ultimately, it's a reminder. Beneath every slow sail floats an undercurrent of stories, nostalgia, and the universal challenge of moving on, as bittersweet as the last sunset on a favorite route. Understanding this helps us see why the market stalls and how empathy, as much as economics, shapes these harbors where old dreams linger and new ones await. Dealer doldrums, showrooms in stasis. Ahoy, fellow maritime explorers! Before we pen our final entry, let's swing by the heart of the boat business, the dealer showrooms. Traditionally, these bustling hubs would see vessels sailing in and out with the tides of each season, but lately, there's a distinct stillness in the air. Dealers find themselves tethered to aging inventory, caught between old stock that won't budge and new models trickling in. It's a stalemate not just for buyers and sellers, but for those who keep the flames of nautical passion burning shoreside. The causes are a cocktail of supply chain setbacks, manufacturer backlogs, and a market with more spectators than serious skippers. Many dealers are weathering tough decisions, slash prices and risk losses, or hang tight and hope for fairer winds ahead. This awkward anchoring has ripple effects across the industry, from shrinking showroom staff to reduced community events that once cultivated new boaters. As we consider the wider fleet, it's clear that solving the market's stagnation requires action from every port. Dealers, manufacturers, and mariners alike, each adjusting course to keep this great tradition alive. Steady as she goes, let's carry these lessons forward as we set our sights beyond the breakwater. Final logbook entry, beyond the breakwater. As we bring this voyage to a close, it's clear the boat market's malaise is born of many currents: economic, social, regulatory, and technological. But in every harbor, there are stories of patience and reinvention, of captains new and old, waiting to catch the next rising tide. For those with an adventurous spirit and an eye for opportunity, calmer seas may be just beyond the breakwater. Until next time, fair winds and following seas as you navigate these uncertain waters.